all professional wrestling fans and followers of the legendary Johnny Genesis North, we are releasing a must-have collection of Johnny North merchandise in our store at merch.ringsidereport.net, starting with our limited edition Johnny Genesis North 3/4 sleeve t-shirt. With a unique design capturing Johnny in action, this tee exudes raw energy and intensity through its versatile 3/4 sleeves for any weather. Stand with our legendary co-host, Johnny North. Make a bold statement in the wrestling community by getting yours today, exclusively at merch.ringsidereport.net.
The discipline of jiu-jitsu, the elegance of a perfect pour. Introducing the jiu-jitsu-inspired shaker pint glass. Crafted for the martial artist in you. 16 ounces of pure elegance, perfect for post-training refreshment or a sophisticated cocktail evening. Durable, stylish, versatile. Not just a glass, but a testament to your dedication. Celebrate your passion with every sip. The Jiu-Jitsu Shaker Pint Glass. Cheers to mastery. Available now in our store. Go to merch.ringsidereport.net and get yours now.
Strength in every sip.
Here's a programming note from the Ringside Report Network. Every Friday, join Dave Simon along with pro wrestler Johnny Genesis North as they break down the week that was pro wrestling on Wrestling Uncensored. Join them live starting after WWE Smackdown and during AEW Rampage at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here, or as an audio podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to share this broadcast and review our podcasts on Apple Podcasts. It really helps us out. Why not become a member of the Ringside Report universe? Go right now before the show starts to membership.ringsidereport.net. That's membership.ringsidereport.net.
Each and every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, dive deep into the heart of MMA with Ringside Report MMA. Join seasoned analysts Dave Simon, Fred Garcia, and my good friend AJ D'Alexio as they dissect every fight, analyze strategies, and reveal their top betting predictions. From main events to prelims, our trio deep dives into the strengths, weaknesses, and potential game changers for each fighter. Looking to place a bet? Benefit from the expertise of our analysts and get an edge over the competition. Discover lesser-known facts, training camp secrets, and behind-the-scenes tidbits that only our seasoned crew can deliver. Share your fight predictions and be featured in the broadcast. For both new fans and longtime MMA aficionados, Ringside Report MMA is the key to unlocking a richer UFC viewing experience. Become an MMA insider. Don't miss out on our exclusive content. Subscribe now and ensure you ring that bell for timely notifications.
Before we dive into today's action-packed broadcast, check out ringsidereport.net. Explore a wide range of exclusive articles and commentary that are specifically designed for the fans of pro wrestling and MMA. Did you miss a broadcast? No worries. We've expanded them all on our website. And don't forget to hit our store for exclusive merch and other must-have items, ringsidereport.net. Where the real action is.
We've got boosted odds coming. Dave's picks, which means I'm going to give you picks, and on the site, it'll say, like, minus 200 or something, but then I'll call my buddies at Bet99. I'll be like, hey, could we give it a little better? And it'll be like minus 150, so there'll be more value.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to add value to the picks. We're going to get boosted odds at Bet99 for the Ringside Report universe. For all the viewers, we're going to give you picks, and then we're going to be like, there's a number here on this at Bet99, but maybe wait till Saturday morning, and there'll be a better number because we're going to give you those boosted odds. They're a sponsor, and I want them to do well, and they're helping the show and all of that, but at the same time, I want to give good picks and take them for everything they got, baby. But they got.
Well, that's what it comes down to.
You know what I mean?
Listen,
it's a weird relationship because I'm friendly with them and I want to do well and I want them to do well, but I also want us to do well, and for us to do well, we need to take money from them, which is part of the whole. It's part of the game, and they like it, and it's all fun. So we're gonna get some boosted odds, and we'll see how much we can boost them for the viewers, so we can make a lot of cash. Yes, it's Ringside Report MMA. We are live. UFC Vegas 86. Pyfer versus Hermansson. Let's do it.
Let's go!
Wah! Ha ha! Ah! AJ.
Oh, what's up, homeboy? We're on, finally.
Yeah. Why are we wearing shades today?
Man, because actually, I'm glad you're wearing them because this wasn't planned, but there's a reason for this.
Okay.
First of all, I got to give out 3 shout-outs by the end of the show tonight, and the first one's going to go straight to the reason why we're wearing these glasses. It's all about Hollywood, man. It's all about Hollywood. I got to give out kind of 2 shout-outs in one for our Hollywood fans. First of all, I'm wearing the Keitels, and there's a reason for that. So shout-out to my buddy. That's right.
That's
my
right.
buddy, Harvey Keitel. And listen, you know what? Just quickly, you know what I forgot to tell you, Dave?
Tell me.
You know who found out about my kid's name? The first person I said, this is what I'm going to name my kid. What do you think?
The legend,
Was
Harvey
Harvey
Keitel.
Keitel.
That's right.
The legend, man.
He knew about it before
Harvey
I did.
Keitel. I'm like, listen, Harvey. Yeah, I know. And I didn't, which I was thinking about that. I didn't say it to Dave or Fred or Johnny, but it was Harvey. It was just the spur of the moment. I'm like, Harvey, what do you think of this name? And he's like, what? Hayden. He goes, wow, that's a great name. I said, yeah, it's actually a very old Irish name. And he was like, I like that, AJ. I like that. So Keitel was the first guy I said my kid's name to, which is incredible. And second shout out, I can't mention his name. But I'll give you a hint. Maybe Johnny would know this. Okay? Just like, to the people from the movie. It's an old movie, Dave. I don't think you'll know this. I'm sure Angelo or Pat and, and some of our older crew might know this movie. But shout out to that wanted us to give them a shout out is the movie Meatballs. You know that movie?
Kinda. I've heard of it.
Well,
I've never seen it.
It's one of the greatest comedies, man.
Okay.
It was the beginning of a very, very famous actor. Can't mention any names, but I want to shout out to the Meatballs crew.
Why can't you mention any
watching?
names?
Because I was told not to say the name, but just I could say Meatballs, But anyways, that's my shout out. That's my first shout out. I still got 2 more to go.
Johnny North says sunglasses? Drunk? No, I don't think AJ's drunk. I think AJ's on the level. And I'm only wearing shades because I saw AJ wearing shades. I was like, I guess we're wearing shades today. I didn't get the memo, but I got sunglasses too. I could wear them if we want to. I don't know if I'm going to wear them the whole show, but so far I'm enjoying it.
Listen,
these are Versace, baby.
Johnny,
these are legit Versace shades, AJ.
You like Tom Cruise, man.
I know.
You should have went with the Tom Cruise thing, the Top Gun. There's Top Gun, and I'm the hell was that movie called again? Keitel's first movie. Come on, Johnny.
You lost me.
Harvey, you know which one I'm going to say. I like Little Nicky. I told him, I said, listen, Harvey, my favorite movie out of you was Little Nicky, man. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah,
Classic
man,
Sandler, baby. Classic Sandler joint. Tremendous. Tremendous, AJ.
Is the best, man. Good friends with Adam Sandler.
I mean, yeah.
Let
me tell you, AJ, we got a lot on the docket tonight. We got a lot going on tonight, AJ. There's not a ton going on in the world of MMA, but there's a lot going on the Ringside Report Network. We got a lot of business at hand. We got a lot of news. We got a lot to talk about. Fred dropped a topic for me to bring to you tonight that we're going to get to. Fred's not on the show. He's got to take care of his kids tonight, so he's not here. But AJ, we got some AJ quiz, kind of like an AJ quiz.
Dog.
Oh, that wasn't his first movie.
No, but there was like a Taxi, Mean Streets, but Reservoir Dogs, man. How can I forget? I can remember Little Nicky, but I can't remember Reservoir Dogs. Sorry, Harvey.
Wow. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Bad?
Yeah.
Bad Lieutenants? That was a good movie.
All right. Listen, man, I want to say what we have going on, okay? We got an AJ quiz. We're going to see AJ's pop music knowledge. We're going to test him again. We're going to test AJ on some music. Fred brought up a good one. Johnny North wants Super Bowl picks. That'll tie into AJ's pop music education, so we'll get that going a little bit later on. I also want to talk about Drake's penis. If you've seen it, we could talk about that. Tremendous.
Say what? Talk about Harvey Keitel.
What? Oh, I've heard Harvey Keitel is packing.
Battle.
But I doubt he's packing like Drake is packing. That man, blessed in every way. Man, tremendous. I saw Drake was trending the other day on Twitter. I'm like, yo, why is Drake trending? I clicked Drake trending topic. I'm like, what's he doing? He's got new music. His new Scary Hours out or something. And then I go and I scroll down and I see Drake with his penis in his hand in a video. There was a Drake penis leak that apparently is real. No, I think it's real. And let me tell you, I've seen penis leaks before, AJ, and Drake's is like the king of penis leaks. He's got a tremendous penis. It's like sizable. Everybody on the internet is talking about it. There's like Drake riding an elephant, and people were saying it's like an elephant. There was like TikTok videos of guys, pretending to be Drake and like holding a giant hose because it was ridiculous. It was cartoonish. What? It was almost like maybe it was AI that he put out on purpose to make people think that he's got some sort of freak show thing. He's got a freak gimmick going on. It's really you didn't hear about this? People were talking about it past few days. Man, this is a first. I was shocked on Twitter when I was like, oh, Drake's trending. Didn't know why. And I found out. I was like, good God Almighty, what is happening? What is that? Why is Drake? Why is Drake taking these videos on his private plane too? He's got a big bed on a private plane. He's living large in more ways than one. I mean, mad respect to Drake.
AJ life, man.
Huh?
Damn.
Yeah.
Drake, man, you gotta invite us on that plane.
Yo, you gotta write some good songs. You gotta start rapping.
I tried to get in touch with him so many times for the show, man, but this guy, he's hard.
Busy. He's got things to do, man.
On the mission. I guarantee. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, if Antoinette's listening out in Toronto, Antoinette, this is your job with Ringside. Try to get Drake, because you've already got Pitbull. Try to get Drake.
Yeah.
Like, she's good friends with Pitbull, man.
Sure.
You should see all the pictures she sends.
We should get Pitbull on the show. That would be cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So big respect to Drake. His leaked video came out, and like normally it's embarrassing, but for him it was just like, wow, everybody was so impressed. It's just like, congratulations, man. Living a tremendous life right now. What a guy. Canada's finest. So proud of Drake
I still have
for
a
doing all that.
Might be a stand-in or a
maybe,
pull-out or whatever.
Maybe honestly, it was so impressive that you're like, no,
be,
there's no way Drake's packing with that.
Listen, I want to listen. Since we brought up the topic, because I'm wearing my Keitels, I like to see a tete-a-tete, as they say in French, between Drake and Harvey Keitel. I'm telling you, man, old school.
I think you're drifting towards some weird territory now. Now you're drifting towards like you want to see them go face to face in a penis face off. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You're going too far. You've taken the bit too far, AJ.
Maybe that's a good thing for Dana White, man.
Dog, it's too much.
That's it, man.
Dana White.
Slapfest.
Put it on the slap fight league, except they're not slapping with their hands.
That's where I'm getting at, man.
Yo, Drake would be the king of the Dana White penis slap league. He would be the king. Knocking people out with that thing. Bam! Oh, God. Tremendous. Oh, my God. That's terrible, AJ. That's terrible.
Listen,
the viewership
man,
of this show is at an all-time low. Everybody's dropping out. They're like, these guys are just talking about penises. What the hell is this? What a terrible show we've watched. We're supposed to talk about MMA.
That's what our numbers should go up.
Let me tell you, MMA is kind of, it's a bit of a slow week. Last week we had some fights that were, not the most impressive. Nasruddin Imavov picking up a majority decision over Roman Dolidze. Not the most exciting fight. One judge scored it a draw, and the two others scoring it for Imavov there in the main event. Renato Moicano over Drew Dober in the co-main there by decision. It wasn't the most exciting UFC card, and once again this weekend we don't have the most hype card. My focus right now is on WrestleMania, AJ. I do want to talk about WrestleMania because, of course, we cover pro wrestling here on the Ringside Report Network as well, and we got Johnny North in the chat. We got Angelo Contagonis. We got Lior. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Shout out to Mika here for the first time.
This is Angelo.
But we just saw just before I came on here, I saw The Rock slap Cody Rhodes in his face, and I was like,
Thanks.
That's not cool.
I loved it.
What?
I loved it.
Cool.
If you smell,
Really?
tremendous. Yeah, something eventful happened at the WrestleMania presser, Lior, and that's why I'm getting to it right off the bat. Cody Rhodes chose Roman. He chose Roman. I didn't see the whole thing because I was talking to AJ and I missed it, but I did catch like a few bits, and I got to watch it again. But apparently Cody Rhodes was saying some disrespectful things about Roman and maybe the family, and The Rock took offense to it. And The Rock, after Cody had chosen Roman, The Rock got all mad at Cody for saying things about the family and the bloodline, and then The Rock slapped Cody, and they had to be separated, and Triple H was there, and Seth Rollins was there, and it seemed to be on the scene there of the stage, Cody and Seth on one side, Rock and Roman on another side. Rock and Roman weren't face-to-face. They were side-by-side, which was very shocking to me. It was like a complete turnaround from what we saw on SmackDown. The WrestleMania plans have been a source of huge controversy over the past week, given that The Rock and Roman Reigns look to be locked in, and Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. But now, after this WrestleMania press conference that just ended, everything seems to be topsy-turvy. They seem to be doing Cody versus Roman again, but The Rock is involved somehow. Honestly, at the press conference, after seeing everything, I'm thinking 4-way for all the gold. Seth put his belt on the line, put Roman in there, put Rock in there, put Cody in there, obviously, and have 4-way for everything. That seems to be where they're going. That honestly looked to be where they were headed. Unless they're doing a tag match, but a tag match is really, Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth is not WrestleMania. There's nothing on the line. You got all the champions in that match with no belts on the line. You can't do that. You can't do that. Not at WrestleMania. No, you can't, AJ. You don't understand pro wrestling. You got to leave it to the experts here. You can't have Roman and Seth. You can't have Roman and Seth as the world champions going into WrestleMania not defending and wrestling in a tag match unless you do the tag match night 1 of WrestleMania and then
the winners,
you do one-on-ones the next night for the belts, or they do it over 2 nights where they have, Cody, Roman on night 1, and then maybe the winner faces The Rock on night 2, and the loser faces Seth, or I think it's going to be over 2 nights. Maybe a 4-man tournament, Lior is saying, over the span of 2 days, which does make sense. That does make a lot of sense. But that would mean what? Rock, Roman, Seth, Cody, night 1, and then the winners face each other night 2. You do Roman, Cody, night 2. You could do that. That's not bad. The problem is it would likely be a unification match unless Damian Priest cashes in the Money in the Bank to take the world title after the Cody-Seth match. There's a lot at play, and I'm very excited to talk about it tomorrow night with Johnny North. Tremendous. WrestleMania plans just completely changed a few moments ago, and we definitely have to break it down. Even though this is the MMA show, I find that disrespect. Yeah. You don't like what?
I don't like the fact that Rock slapped Cody Rhodes, man. And I told you, you asked me during the week, what wrestler you like, and I said, man, I kind of like Cody Rhodes. He's kind of reminds me of that old school wrestler, man. And I just find that The Rock, who's not very active other than doing movies and TikTok videos, I find that a disrespect, man. You don't slap Cody Rhodes. I hope Cody Rhodes, man, smashes him now.
Yeah, but when I was 13, 14, 15 years old, The Rock was the greatest thing that ever existed in the history of professional wrestling. So I don't want to hear any Dwayne bashing on this show, because even though the Dwayne and Hollywood Rock isn't the same guy, I'm not a big fan of Bald Rock. Bald Rock is not my favorite, but I'm old enough to remember Hair Rock, when The Rock had hair. I remember when he first joined the Nation of Domination. I remember when The Rock called himself the People's Champ, and he did that because he was a heel, and he was saying that because of the ego, and it was a heel tactic, and it wasn't a thing where the people were like, yeah, he's the People's Champ. He's like, I'm the People's Champ, and the people were like, oh, boo, we hate you. You know, that was part of the gimmick. I remember The Rock smacking Ken Shamrock in the face with a steel chair. I remember The Rock bashing Mankind's head over and over again with the steel chair. That Rock, the This Is Your Life Rocket Sock Connection Rock, everything that happened when The Rock had hair, that version, the great one, the millions and millions. This guy was the most electrifying, pun intended, sports entertainer of all time. There was no one better on the microphone. There was no character more charismatic in the history of professional wrestling than 1999 Rock. That guy in 1999 was the greatest thing I have ever seen. This man could get on a microphone after a show and work the crowd for 30 plus minutes and no one left. The show was over and The Rock would talk to this guy. What's your name, jabroni? It doesn't matter what your name is. All the Rudy Poo candy ass stuff that he was doing. It was fantastic. There was nobody ever better than The Rock, the great one, the People's Champ, the most electrifying man. And all these people that are saying, Cody should finish the story. Like The Rock said, the Cody crybabies. Tired of it. I'm disappointed in the WWE for buckling to these weak babies, these man children, these lesser thans, these pathetic mark-ass bitches that do not respect The Rock and think that Cody has to finish his story. What about Roman Reigns, who's the main character of WWE and has been for the past 11 years? How about him finishing his story as the longest reigning world champion in the company's history? How about Roman Reigns, the main character, the central lead in the WWE? Why doesn't he get to finish his goddamn story? The whole company's about him. I've watched show after show with Roman Reigns on top for years. And this match with The Rock is how you culminate all those years as the tribal chief, as the head of the table. And you're going to bail on it because Cody came in from AEW a couple years ago and some marks like him. These marks aren't going to still support him if he beats Seth Rollins now at WrestleMania and then challenges Roman at SummerSlam or Mania next year. You're going to abandon Cody if you don't get your way. You think wrestling is about getting your way and not the biggest match possible, not the biggest draw on the biggest show? These obtuse wrestling fans are despicable. They offend me as a guy who's had to sit through match after match, year after year, of Daniel Bryan never winning anything, of CM Punk getting his spot taken away from The Rock. Punk even said it today. He said, where were you in 2013 when The Rock came in and did what he's doing to Cody to me? Nobody stepped up and did anything then, and now because Cody's your favorite and the internet and everybody's like, The Rock. Shut up. I am tired of this stuff. I wanted to see The Rock and Roman Reigns for years and years. As soon as he said head of the table, leader of the bloodline, we knew that this match needed to happen. And now the marks are taking it away and the WWE buckling to the pressure. And that terrible, awful monster of a man, Vince McMahon, would never have buckled to this pressure. However, Triple H is, it seems, buckling to the pressure, which is tremendously disappointing. Johnny North says, very disappointed WWE switched it because of Cody Cryberries. Cryberries, baby.
Cryberries.
Cody Cryberries. I'm your Cody Cryberry, Huckleberry, baby. Ridiculous. Cody has a spot at WrestleMania. All these marks are upset that Cody Rhodes has a main event match with Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship, and there's no outrage for LA Knight, a guy who has been working his entire life to get to the WWE, to get to this point, to get to the top, who's worked his way to be one of the main event players in the WWE, who is absolutely directionless for WrestleMania right now, who wasn't featured at the WrestleMania press conference. No one's outraged about why LA Knight isn't featured. Randy Orton comes back from a near career-ending back injury. He has absolutely no direction for WrestleMania. No one's outraged about that. Cody Rhodes has a great spot, and people are pissed?
Damn, don't hold back, Dave. Say it.
Get it together. I've been holding this in for a while. I needed to get that out. I've been mad all week. Johnny North and I came on Friday night after The Rock showed up on SmackDown, and Cody said, yeah, I'm going to let The Rock take this one. I'm going to go face Seth or whatever, and Rock and Roman face-to-face. Johnny and I came on, and we said, that was one of the greatest things we've ever seen. We're finally getting Rock and Roman. This is tremendous. And then I saw nothing but hate for it on the internet. Hey, this is the worst. The Rock sucks. How come he's coming in? Why is he? What do you mean? He's the biggest star in the history of wrestling. He's box office. When Roman Reigns goes on ESPN or Jimmy Kimmel or whatever show he's on, you think they ask him about wrestling Cody Rhodes? No, they ask him about wrestling The Rock because they know who The Rock is. Because they'll tune in to see The Rock. It's unbelievable. It's so obvious to me. I don't understand how people are like, it should be Cody. He needs to finish the story. Finish the story? You can't wait? Do you think this is the end? So what? See, this is the problem, too. He'll beat Roman at Mania, and then people will be like, yeah, I don't know. What's next? They'll cool off on Cody because when you give people what they want right away without building it and delaying it, they don't actually appreciate it. You have to build. You have to build. You have to delay the gratification for these wrestling fans. I spent years and years as a very angry, very frustrated Daniel Bryan fan in the WWE, and now, like, people are mad about Cody and getting their way. I'm like, no. I never got my way. I saw Royal Rumbles where Daniel Bryan should have been in and winning, and he didn't even get in there. And now you're going to tell me that, you remember when they stuck Daniel Bryan in the Wyatt family? I mean, come on. And now Cody doesn't get to finish his story. Oh, he's the son of Dusty Rhodes, who got signed at 20 or 19 to the WWE. He's, done pretty well for himself in pro wrestling, and you're crying for him? He's not crying. He's good. He knows down the road he's going to get that title from Roman. He's going to become the #1 star in the WWE. The belt doesn't mean anything. You know what means something? Being the top guy. The top guy, the #1 spot, that's what it's all about. And Cody is going to get that eventually. That's huge. The fact that they're even giving it to Cody is huge because him and Roman are roughly the same age. So to kind of take the, to take the brass ring and take it off Roman and put it on Cody is risky. It's not like Cody has more years ahead of him than Roman, unless there's injuries with Roman that we're unaware of. Doesn't make a ton of sense to me to make Cody the guy, even. I like him. I'm a huge fan. I think he's tremendous. I'm not mad that, if he were to become the top guy in WWE, I think that's fine. But it's an interesting move. It's clearly a reset for Triple H, saying, I'm not going to be running with Vince's guy that he left me with. I'm going to choose my new top guy, and it's Cody. Okay. I wonder how Roman feels. I wonder how Roman is going to feel about it. I wonder how Roman will react to it, and I wonder when contract time comes, what that's going to be like. Because he's a guy you don't want to ever lose to AEW, let me tell you. Joe Anoa'i walks through AEW, I mean, that's going to be bad for WWE. So you got to keep him happy, guys. Keep the tribal chief happy. He is your leader. Leor says, can you explain why people were booing Cody when he was in AEW, but he's been so loved in WWE? I never understood the boos in AEW. I also never understood the boos in AEW. I liked Cody in AEW. I didn't understand how he had turned babyface or turned heel. I think people didn't like the Anthony Ogogo stuff, but other than that, I don't know. I don't know, Leor. Johnny North says, why is it Rock with Roman now? That makes less sense. Yeah, I agree. We'll see what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown, and Johnny and I will break it down right after, so I'm looking forward to it. Angelo says, Dave's on fire. I am, man. This WrestleMania season, this is big stuff. I mean,
Angry Bird, listen.
I mean, Angelo, come on. I mean, right? This is a match, right? Let's be fair here to me. Let's be fair to me. And no, Angelo appreciates I'm on fire. He likes it. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying the reason why I'm on fire because of this is because The Rock and Roman Reigns is a match that I have wanted to see and needed to see. Like, it's all been leading to this match. And we finally get it on SmackDown. And for some reason, a bunch of wrestling fans are like, no, this isn't what we actually wanted. We want something else. I'm like, well, but this is what I wanted, so shut up, you know? And then they take it away from me. WWE's like, oh, we're going to listen to the fans now all of a sudden. And I go, what? How come you don't listen to the fans when it's the things I want? Why do you take those things away from me? So I'm pissed. I'm pissed at the wrestling fans once again. Once again, I'm just like, come on, wrestling fans. Why are you messing with me? Oh, John will be in Sudbury tomorrow. Damn, John is wrestling tomorrow. He's not going to be on the show.
Johnny's big time, man. Come on, Dave. He's all over the place.
Who's going to do the show with me tomorrow?
Ben Simon.
Well, somebody better call him.
Somebody better call Dave's brother. Listen, just a quick, maybe Angelo. Hey, listen, man, get Angelo on. That'd be funny. Listen, just a quick thing, man. You must have been on fire because I'm watching, our camera and all that, and all of a sudden I see my phone light up like crazy. Guess who's calling? It's Angelo, man. He's calling me while we're doing our monologue. He must have been concerned about you going wild, but I'm telling you, man, we've got like amazing. Our universe is amazing. So Angelo's calling me while we're going live. I'm telling you, he kills me, man.
That's great.
Either he's mad at me for not giving the T-shirt yet, or he was concerned that Angry Bird Dave was going to close the show again. Dave's done it once, man. He's walked away from the show once a long time ago. He's like, I had enough. I'm out of here. And that's it, man. Lights out. But listen, back to, you know what? I just find it, honestly, I didn't see this, but from what you told me before we started the show, that The Rock slapped Cody Rhodes.
Whoa.
I found that very degrading, man. I found that offensive and all that. I don't know. I just find it. I don't know if The Rock was in the position to hit a guy who's very active right now, like Cody Rhodes.
But it's pro wrestling, AJ. What do you mean?
1.5% sense.
It's pro wrestling.
I know, man, but still, I know, dude. But it still bothers me, man. So it bothers me.
I don't know why it bothers you.
It bothers me.
I don't know why.
I like Cody Rhodes, man.
It was a cool slap from The Rock. Laid it in there. Nice slap.
Wait, was it? It was
It was good.
He put some
put some mustard
behind it.
Yeah, it was good.
Style. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's even worse for me, man.
I liked it.
The Rock got to go down.
Whew. All right. Well, pro wrestling is super exciting these days. MMA is not so much. I'm waiting for next week when the UFC's got a pay-per-view. UFC's got a pay-per-view next weekend, so I'm excited about that. That'll be fun. It's UFC 298 in Anaheim. Volkanovski versus Topuria, baby. That's going to be good. Who you got in that fight, AJ?
Listen, man, you know what? I was going back and forth because I like the Volk, man. The Volk is one of my favorite fighters of today's. But I'm listening to Topuria, man, and the more he speaks, the more intensity that's in him. I'm just concerned for Volkanovski, man. Topuria is on fire. He's ready to take over and be the champion in that division. And I really the more I hear him, the more I see the intensity, the more that he's he believes he's destined to be champion.
Yeah.
The way he fights, his power and everything. And I love the Volk, man. The Volk is a beast. But it almost seems like every fighter has their time when they peak and they start going down a little bit and a little bit. And some of them slide faster than others. You know what? Today convinced me enough to believe that Topuria is going to realize his dreams, man. I think this guy's going to pull it off.
Yeah.
I really, really do. And it's unbelievable that I'm saying that because I never want to go against Volkanovski, man. But, man, this Topuria is just – he's something, man. He's
undefeated too, right?
But he's undefeated.
Yeah.
He's just got so many tools, and he's so good at anything you throw at him. And he's got that age behind him. And he's got, even though he hasn't lost, he still has a lot less wear and tear than you can imagine with all the fights he's had. This guy's a beast, man. And
undefeated,
you know what? He's got
27 years old, 14-0, coming off wins over Ryan Hall, Jai Herbert, Bryce Mitchell, and Josh Emmett. And he handled Josh Emmett, and he handled Bryce Mitchell too.
And these guys are no Trump chains, man. These guys are tough guys.
Mm-hmm.
But he said something interesting. He said that the UFC must have something already in the plans, obviously, for Topuria. Somebody in the brass knows that he's going to be champion because he confirmed in an interview that he's going to be there's going to be a UFC event in Spain. So that to me was whoa, that was pretty surprising. And that's this year, 2024. Apparently, it's in the books that there will be a UFC event in Spain.
That's fight night, probably.
Does it matter? Well,
not a pay-per-view. I don't think it's a pay-per-view.
Listen,
if it's a pay-per-view, then he's headlining as champion. But if it's a fight night, we'll see. But I think UFC can't. Look, AJ, you can't. UFC is not booking events in Spain with Topuria headlining as champion if he's not champion yet. They don't have that much disrespect to Volkanovski to be making plans for Topuria as if he's going to win and it's a foregone conclusion. The UFC doesn't operate like that.
Shit, but he was pretty adamant that
I don't believe
there will be an event.
Yeah, there might be an event, but it doesn't mean it's a pay-per-view with him headlining, dude. I don't think he headlines a pay-per-view outside of the United States. They don't really do pay-per-views outside of the U.S. They do them in Abu Dhabi. They do them in Toronto once in a while, but they're not doing a lot of pay-per-views. I think if they're going outside of Vegas or whatever, or the U.S., it's going to be for a fight night in Spain. And if it's a fight night in Spain and Topuria's headlining, that means he would have lost the fight with Volkanovski.
You know what? I think it's going to be he was talking about, I forgot the stadium in Spain, but it was the big one where Messi and the crew and all the rest play. So
okay.
I'm telling you, man, it's if he wins, man, it'll be the first Spanish champion ever in the UFC. And look, Volk, man, was a big factor for MMA in Australia. I mean, these guys are bringing MMA around the world, and it's going to be tough, man, for Volk.
Yeah.
And I really believe that
what?
I really believe that Topuria will be champion, and I have a feeling he'll be fighting in Spain in a pay-per-view by the end of the year.
Well, we'll see about that. Volkanovski and Topuria. I want to give you some betting odds on that one going down next weekend. I think Volk is. You think Volk is the favorite?
No, I don't think so.
I think he must be, right? He's got to be. It's a pick'em. It's a pick'em. -110 on either side. It's a pick'em fight right now. -110. Volk and Topuria. I like Topuria in this fight because he's on a roll, because it seems like it's his time, and also because Volkanovski is coming off that knockout loss to Islam Makhachev that was just, a couple months ago. It wasn't that long ago, and he's turning around and fighting again here. I don't like it. I guess it was in October. I don't know. It seems like not that long ago. End of October was the 21st. He got knocked unconscious. Yep. Right?
That was crazy, man.
I don't know if he's fully recovered from that. So I don't know.
Well,
I didn't like the way he went down in that fight. I don't like the fact that he's coming off that fight in less than 6 months, taking another fight against a very dangerous opponent. I just think it's risky, and I really didn't like the post-fight press conference that he did after losing that fight, talking about just staying active and needing to keep fighting to keep his mind, away from everything else. It makes me think he's taking this fight to kind of stay active and keep his mind off whatever, demons he's got going on. So I don't know. I love Volkanovski. I'm a really big fan. But when I look at a guy who's 35 years old, coming off a knockout loss less than 6 months ago, now coming up fighting an undefeated 27-year-old game opponent who's been doing nothing but studying Volkanovski and training for Volkanovski his entire fighting life, seems like the time. Seems like the passing of the guard, right? It's like, okay, we're going over to the next guy.
Peak, that 35, man. It's like right there, right? It's like
changing
I said,
of the
either
guard.
slide, the changing of the guard.
Yeah, I didn't say the right.
It's tough, man. But you know what? According to Volk, man, he lost and he was back in the gym a week later. I mean, this guy is like, he loves to train. He loves to fight. I mean, he's got the mentality. I mean, this guy has been like through a lot of wars, but like losing was very hard. Did it affect him? We'll see with the fight coming up. But the difference with Topuria is that somebody asked him, like, how does it feel like if you would lose? He goes, I don't know, because I've never lost, and I don't even think about that. I just think about winning, and I will be champion, again. Soon, I should say. And, that's the difference. You've got a mentality set where you've lost, and you have to come back from that. There's a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it can wrap. We've seen that many times where fighters lose, then they lose bad, and then they're never the same.
Yep.
We can, all the way from the Anderson Silvas and so forth. It's hard sometimes, but
and
man,
I would add to that, AJ, is that we've been watching this fight game for a very long time, and sometimes, like in a fight, one mistake as far as taking a fight could ruin your career too. Mm-hmm. One mistake in a fight could turn a victory into a loss. One mistake as far as taking fights could also turn your career upside down. Because say Volk never takes the Islam Makhachev fight, right? Say he never takes that fight on short notice. Then he's probably, he's taken time from July of 2023 to now February to fight Ilia Topuria, and he's fresh, and I think he'd be a bigger favorite. I think he would be a clear favorite if he hadn't just been knocked out by Islam Makhachev. So I feel like if he does lose to Topuria, people are going to look at that Islam Makhachev fight and go, if you didn't take that, maybe you'd still be champion right now. And then you know how things go in MMA. You're 35, you're the world champion, you lose, then you lose again, then you lose again, and you never win again sometimes. So he doesn't take the Islam fight on short notice, doesn't get knocked out, doesn't do that, sits, waits, fights Topuria, fresh, beats him, maybe continues as featherweight champion. But he takes that Islam fight, loses to Topuria, loses his next fight, loses a fight after that, never recovers. He's 36, he's 37. He's done. That's MMA. It's such a tough game. And you really have to be careful in every aspect. Protect yourself at all times. That's taking fights. That's in the cage. You got to protect yourself. And I feel like Volkanovski taking that Islam fight didn't protect himself. And it's one of the reasons why I think Topuria is going to win this fight. And, it may lead to a slippery slope for Volkanovski. And I hate saying these things because I'm a fan of Volkanovski's. I have so much respect for him. The way he carries himself. So many champions in MMA these days are complete scumbags. Volkanovski is a classy champion. He's a guy that you can look to and say, that's how you can carry yourself as a champion in MMA. Like Alexander Volkanovski. a gentleman, a champion, a tremendous fighter, skilled in all aspects of the game. But more than that, a man of character. I hate to say these things about Volkanovski. I just feel that they may be true. I got to tell the truth. So I am rooting for Volkanovski to beat Topuria. I really hope Volkanovski beats Topuria, because it would be a great story if he can turn things around and be like, yeah, I'm still here. I'm Volkanovski. I'm 35. I just beat this undefeated guy. Who's next? Bring on Max Holloway again. Bring on whoever. You know? That would be sweet. I would be so happy for Volkanovski if he did win. I feel like Topuria will win. But it is a pick-em fight, and that is kind of how I'm feeling. It's like, it could go either way, 50-50. I want to see how it goes press conference-wise fight week. Next week, when they start doing the press conferences, when we see them face-to-face, I want to know what Volkanovski's mental state is going to be. I'm going to watch the embeddeds. I'm going to check out what Volk is like fight week, how he is. And then next week, we'll do the preview, and I'll give you my final pick. Right now, I'm leaning towards Topuria, but I think that fight week is so important just to see what kind of mind frame they're in, see what kind of shape they're in, and until we get there, I can't make a final pick. But I'm leaning towards Topuria, and I feel like it might be the end of the Volkanovski reign, which does make me sad because it's been a great ride. He's been a magnificent champion for the UFC, like I said, one of the best champions they've ever had. I'm a huge fan of Alexander Volkanovski, and as great as Jose Aldo was, Volkanovski may be the greatest featherweight champion in the history of the UFC. If you look at the resume, I think he makes a very strong statement for being the greatest featherweight in the history of the game. He's 26-3. The only 2 losses in the UFC are to Islam Makhachev. All the other fights are wins over the top UFC featherweights, including Max Holloway, Korean Zombie, Brian Ortega, Jose Aldo, Chad Mendes, Yair Rodriguez. Is Volkanovski the best featherweight of all time? I think he is.
Yeah, he's up there.
I think he is. I think it's between it's got to be between him, Aldo, and Holloway. But I think if you look at the resume, Volk beat both of them. And, undefeated as a featherweight in the UFC as well. Still undefeated. Which says a lot, right? If Topuria can beat Volkanovski, he'll be the first featherweight to beat Volkanovski in the UFC. It's very impressive. 2 losses in the UFC, both to the reigning 155-pound champion, Islam Makhachev. Incredible.
Not easy.
So, that's next weekend. I'm looking forward to that, right? UFC 298. That's going to be sweet. We'll do a watch-along for that. Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa, co-main event. Whew. Damn. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's where all the good fights are. These fight nights that we're seeing these couple weeks is like, what the hell is this? They're saving all the good stuff for next week. We got Jeff Neal versus Ian Machado Gary. Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Henry Cejudo versus Merab Dvalishvili. And Roman Kopylov versus Anthony Hernandez to kick off the pay-per-view. But, man. Cejudo, Dvalishvili, Neal, Gary, Costa, Whittaker, Volkanovski, Topuria. That's good fights right there. I like it. Give me a 4-fight parlay with that, AJ, quickly. Here's my 4-fight parlay on that one. Here's my parlay on that one.
It's going to be tough.
Merab, Gary, Whittaker, Topuria. Yeah, Whittaker, Topuria. Costa, though?
Man, I was going to go the other way, man. I was going to go with Cejudo, Gary, Costa, and Topuria.
Cejudo, Gary, Costa, Topuria. See, right now at bet99.com, Merab Dvalishvili minus 190, the favorite. Cejudo plus 160. So I was going with the favorite, which, yeah. Jeff Neal plus 190. Ian Gary minus 230. So, yep. Robert Whittaker minus 210. Paulo Costa plus 170. So, again, I got the favorite in that one, and you went with the dog. And as we said, the main event, Volkanovski Topuria, right now sitting at -110 on either side on the money line, a pick 'em. Interesting fights next weekend, AJ. My parlay doesn't pay out as much as yours, I'm sure. The 4-5 parlay, I mean, you had a few underdogs there. You got Cejudo and Paulo Costa on that one, right?
Well, man, two guys that you can't, disregard. No offense to Robert Whittaker, but, man.
Of course.
If Paulo comes out the way he, I expect him to, it's going to be a tough night for Whittaker, man. Costa, man, he's dangerous. He's overwhelming. And if he's in fine form, man, it's going to be a good one. And let's not forget who Henry Cejudo is,
No doubt.
Might have had a not great start coming back, but let me tell you, he's Henry Cejudo.
He's warmed up now, too.
He's warmed up. That's the difference.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful, man. This is a beautiful card. And you know what? Earlier in the show, we were talking about, the fight nights haven't been that great and whatnot, I've been listening to a few other, podcasters and whatnot, and they've got a point. These fights haven't been great. And, for me, my biggest beef was, like I was talking with you, was having fights at the Apex. I mean, the Apex, fuck, man. Yeah. It's like, you know what?
No vibe.
Go out to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Give out some free tickets or something. Pack up that little place. I know that you don't have to worry about paying tickets and that kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about filling seats, So just try to fill those seats with maybe some UFC fans, or get into the hotels of Vegas, get people in that Apex, get fans in there, because you know what? It was there was more action, at an Irish wake than last week's Apex fight,
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
I'll be honest, man. No, it's not fun, and it's not fun for fight fans, new fight fans, old fight fans, to see it's just too quiet, man. There's too much space, and it's not great for the fighters, man. Fighters, just like other athletes in other sports, being it basketball, football, hockey, you're charged by your fans. Your fans are like your extra man or woman, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Out there. And you need to be charged. But if I walk into a fight and I can hear fucking crickets, there's a problem.
Yeah, it's weird.
And Dana White has to change that. He's got to change that, because they're being very complacent because of where they are. And somebody brought up a good point. You can't look at what you have now. You always got to keep moving up, especially in this in this sport. You're always been achieving above everybody else. Through the pandemic, the UFC was out there, being on top, throwing great fights. Yeah, the Apex was great at that point in COVID. But now, man, you can't go if you're going to go to the Apex, there's got to be a little bit more buzz for everybody. Even for, like I said, for fans that are on the opposite side watching television, they'd be like, what is this, man? It's a great fight, but man, you got to hear something,
It's especially bad when the fights aren't that great. And, even on paper, you're like, whatever. And then you tune in and it's like a glorified sparring session. And you're like, come on, man, it doesn't even feel like a fight sometimes. It just feels like, what is this? Something at the Ultimate Fighter Center? It's like it's not that great. Sometimes I think when they first started doing fights at the Apex, it's not COVID times anymore. What are you doing? They did it during COVID times and it made sense then, but now they're still doing it. And it's like, have the fight nights outside of the Apex. Put them in. But the problem is they couldn't put that card in an arena because nobody would buy a ticket for it. They'd be in an empty arena. It's no good.
It's not good, man. And that's what I'm trying to get at, is for the fighters themselves, when you say it's a boring fight, well, the thing is, sometimes if you've got that synergy behind you, you've got that motivation. The Apex is okay. Make it a fight night out of the Apex, but put in a decent card in that Apex and put in a little bit more life in there. That's all. I know you guys are listening, man. I know Dana listens. So, you know what? Listen to us, Dana. Dave says it as it is, man. He's a dick at times. That's true.
What?
But he's telling you as it is.
What do you mean?
Well, we're talking about dicks a lot tonight, so it's true.
You are.
Well, that's what Dana told you.
Yeah.
That I know. I'm the Italian spicy dick.
Yeah.
Sausage.
We're having connection issues again. Something's going on, man. I had the cable people here trying to fix some stuff.
It's the hacker.
And they didn't fix it. No, it's not a hacker, man. It's like it's like my internet, man. I had a cable guy come in.
These guys.
I think it's fixed now.
Suck.
I think it's better now, but like I don't know.
That's why I'm telling you, man. The States has so much better communication.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. We got we got no fucking stream now. What the fuck? We're having real fucking internet problems, and I don't know why. It keeps happening to me, and we got to get this fixed because it's fucking with my show.
Oh yeah,
fucking Videotron.
But we're back on. We're back on. We're back.
I don't think so. We're not.
Man, these guys, man.
We're not.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm looking online now, and it's. Angelo, let us know, Johnny. But all to say, Dave, man.
Yeah. I don't know. The show is like we're kind of crapping out. We're not like we're having streaming issues.
At least the good shit came out first. At least the good stuff was out first, man. But that's the problem, man. You got Bell and you got Videotron, and then you got all these secondary ones that are all connected,
man.
To Videotron or Bell. Let's talk.
Fucking sick of this shit. Fuck Bell too. Fuck Bell. Bell could fucking eat shit. It's fucking unbelievable, man.
Soon, Angelo, man. It's crazy, man.
Oh, it's still fucking up, man.
Hey, listen. I find now that it seems to be like moving pretty well. I can see things like, and it's moving pretty well, Dave. Not the greatest.
No, it's not fucking working right. I'm telling you.
It's not Khabib level. It's more like Hermansson level.
No, it's garbage. It's fucking garbage, let me tell you. This is ridiculous. I'm going to call my fucking cable company after this show and give them fucking so much shit. Fucking idiots, man. So sick of these fucking morons. Can't do shit right. Fucking idiots, man. Fuck! All right. I'm done with this. Let's just wrap up. So fucking
well, Dave,
pissed.
On that note.
Fuck it. You got picks for this weekend, Hermansson or Pyfer?
Super chat.
Man, I'm going with, yeah. Hold on a sec. Let me get my whole thing here. Yeah, I'm going with Joe Pyfer, man. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, he seems to be the pick to go with, right?
Yeah, I'm going with Pyfer. Well,
he's on a good win streak, finishing everybody. Yeah.
Everybody, man. His defensive game is so much better. His striking game, I mean, he has more of a boxing style. You know, Hermansson, yeah, he's more well-rounded MMA fighter, man. But wear and tear on this guy at 35 years old, you know, he's there. And Joe Pyfer, man, taller fighter, but much smaller in reach and leg reach, which is kind of interesting, which makes it like a very difficult thing for Hermansson, because for Hermansson to win, he's got to grasp. For Hermansson to win, he's got to grapple. He's got to bring this guy to the ground. And you know what? The majority of the time he wins when he gets top mount or he gets full mount, it's over. But that's not happening with Pyfer, man. Pyfer's going to knock him out. I think this is going to be a Pyfer win, man. And his win streak is going to continue.
Yeah. I think Pyfer wins this one, too.
And then, it's going to be...
Seems our stream is all fixed now, but, I'm still very pissed at my internet provider. It's ridiculous to have all these dropouts. It's fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
They're ridiculous, man.
Fucking
but it's like that all the time here.
But also, fuck Bell. I saw Bell fucking cut a bunch of jobs today and radio stations and shit, which they keep doing, which they're going to keep doing. Bell will not be satisfied until there is one person working in Toronto doing all their radio stations across the country. They will not be satisfied until they have one employee, and if they can make that automated, they will. If they could automate their entire radio service and have 0 people working there and still make some money, they would. I worked for Bell's radio stations. They are cheap and weak and not trying to do anything good. So I'm not surprised that Bell made more cuts today. I am disappointed, sad for the state of media in this stupid country. But, again, not surprised. Bell is a fucking joke. It is a terrible company. Never support it. It's garbage. It's garbage. Garbage company run by idiots. So, yeah. Disgusted that they did what they did again today. Not surprised because it's what they do. They are trash. They are a trash company. Avoid Bell and Bell Media at all costs. They are a plague on our society here in Canada. Do not feed the beast. I mean, seriously, boycott Bell. I boycott Bell. And I encourage you all to boycott Bell and Bell Media. It is trash. Give them nothing. Because they treat people very poorly. Their employees or their independent contractors that they won't make employees because then you'd have to give them benefits and pensions and shit that costs money, and Bell doesn't want to do that. They just want to pay people a very low hourly wage to do the job of 6. That's what Bell wants to do. They want to pay you minimum wage or close to it to do a pro job that 6 people would usually do, but you're going to have to do it all. And you should be happy for the opportunity because look at the exposure you're getting. Fucking joke.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking joke of a company. Just horrible.
Well, you can say it because you were there, man.
Oh, I was there. I was there big time. I know what it's like, and I know people that are still there, and I can imagine that they're enjoying it just about as much as they were when I was there, which is not too much. Let me tell you, morale at those radio stations, fucking low, because they all think, like, I'm about to get fired. Everybody's like, oh, shit, I'm about to lose my job, or my whole radio station could shut down at any minute, so nobody's comfortable or happy or doing well. I've seen grown men fucking cry in radio. Just cry because of fucking job insecurity and how bad they feel because their bosses treat them like shit. You want to talk about fucking mental health? They do more damage to mental health than they help. Fucking unbelievable.
Let's talk on eggshells, man.
Yeah, right. Let's talk. It's just PR because they know that everybody that works for them has been severely damaged, and half of them have fucking PTSD. I think I have some PTSD from working there, and I'm not even kidding. I swear. I think there's something, like, I still think about it in horror. Like, oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad. Like, I fucking hated it. I worked in radio. It was horrible. It was horrible.
I mean, they gave good free coffee. You got to give them
that,
at least.
I know, but it was like, you're never comfortable. You always know, like, oh, it could end at any moment. They could shut it down, and they're not going to give you anything really on the way out. They're just going to be like, get out of here. Like, it's not nice. They talk about, like, teamwork, and they really want you to be part of the team, but then they don't treat you like a team member. They treat you like a rodent. They want you to be like, oh, yeah, let's go, team. But they're like, but you're a piece of shit. You know? Exactly. It's horrible. It's a horrible company. Like, they are a plague on our society. They really are. And I feel horrible for all of my friends that still have to work for that terrible, terrible company. They are awful. And the people in management are not helpful. They're not. You know? It's really sad. It's sad because that's what media is today. That's what, corporate media is today, in Canada especially. And that's what you're going to get. It's sad. It's low end. It's low end. They invest no money in it. It's crazy.
Did you see the tweet from the producer?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, let's talk.
Yeah, no, it's bad. No, it's bad. Here, look at this.
What's that?
Decision made. Cody Rhodes gets the chance to finish his story when he challenges Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. There we go. Roman Cody poster.
Come on, Cody.
What's this? This was just posted by the game, Triple H, so they're switching it up. I'm not getting The Rock. I'm getting this other bullshit, and I'm going to be real mad about it, let me tell you. I want my brother to be on the show tomorrow. I got to call him. If he's watching, just,
Cancel your plans tomorrow, man.
Yeah, please come here and talk wrestling with me because I want to talk wrestling with you.
DJ Board, what's up, man? DJ puts in his hatred towards.
Yeah, Rogers. I'm sure Rogers is no better. All these big telecom or fucking people are awful, man. And they don't treat their people very well. It's not fun to work there. It's not. It's not. It's, yeah. It's sad, When I first started working in radio, it was kind of fun. But then when Bell Media bought the radio station I worked for, it started sucking more and more until eventually it was just really not fun, and I wanted out. I really did. So
sad, man.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad what's happened. It's sad what's happened to radio in Canada. I mean, it's not just in Canada, but, especially around here, it's sad what's happened to radio. I used to really like radio. I used to listen to the radio. I used to be on the radio and work in radio, and I liked it at one time, and it just kind of went downhill. It's, they should have never let Bell buy Astral Media. That was the beginning of the end, and the CRTC had no regulations, and they let it go, and that's why radio is in the situation it's in now, in especially this city. It's bad. It's not good. It's not good. And they're cutting, and Bell's also cutting a bunch of TV too, right? Like a lot of their TV newscasts across the country have been cut. I think every noon hour newscast is cut except for Toronto. They're cutting so much. They cut a lot of their TV newsrooms and stuff, so much they cut today. I think it was over 4,000 jobs were lost today, courtesy of Bell.
What?
Yeah, it's nice,
Jeez, that many? I didn't realize that many. Wow, that's ridiculous.
It's nice to not have to depend on them anymore for money. It's nice not working for them anymore.
Good for you, Dave.
It's nice to
Yeah,
not.
you can say whatever you want, man. It's free speech.
Yeah. I can say whatever I want about them.
Say what you want, man.
I can say whatever I want about them. I can't say whatever I want, because I have some crazy things I want to say. I can't say them all. Can't say them all. I can say some of them, though, which is nice. The book. Ooh.
Keep it for your book.
Okay, give me a parlay for UFC whatever this weekend. You know what? I'm gonna give you a parlay. Screw you, AJ.
Start.
I'm gonna give you a parlay.
You think I work for Bell or something?
I hope not. If you were an undercover agent for Bell, I'd fire you from the show immediately. I'd have to. Nobody from Bell is allowed on the Ringside Report Network. If you work for Bell, you are banned from the Ringside Report Network because I am banned from Bell Media. So because I'm banned, I'm banning them too. So if you work for them, I'm sorry, but you are also banned because your outfit has banned me. You're either with us or against us on the Ringside Report Network. That's how it works. And sometimes good people get caught in the crossfire. It is what it is. Sorry, Marco. Sorry, Brian. You guys are banned. Those are the only guys I would even consider.
I miss those guys, Brian.
Marco and Brian are good guys. Yeah, I would consider having them. I would honestly consider lifting the ban for Marco or Brian. But that's it. Those are the only two that would maybe get the ban lifted. Maybe. Even then,
Dave, Marco almost got killed by the ghost of Bell.
Right. I forgot about that. Yeah, when Marco nearly died and we had an ambulance there, he just collapsed. That was crazy.
He got knocked out by some ghost in freaking
A ghost.
Bell. It's not a joke, man.
Yes.
The ghost, man, came out of nowhere and all I saw was Marco go, and the next thing you know, thank God he didn't crack his head on the corner of the sidewalk there.
That's
but
crazy.
Yeah, let me tell you, we had ambulances and we had like tourists and nurses. It was crazy.
I forgot about that.
Bell almost killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't forget that.
Yeah. I hope he's doing all right and they're treating him properly.
No, I missed him,
although
and Brian too, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, some good people there. Some good people. And I feel like, not being there anymore. I feel like I've left. I feel like I've left some of my soldiers in the battle zone, and I've gone home. You know what I mean? Like they're still like battling, and they may die because of the battle. You know, like they're still in a war zone, and I'm like, sorry guys, sucks.
Listen, man.
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
Is, man.
Honestly, it's fucking horrible. Oh, God. No vision and no creativity with so much there. It's just so fucking... Blech. Anyways, here's my parlay for you, AJ.
Spit it out, dude. Don't hold back.
It's a 3-fight parlay.
Let's hear it, man.
And it sounds like this. Come on. Give me. Yeah. Okay. Here is. Whoa.
What's happening?
I don't know. I lost my parlay.
Blame it on Bell.
No. I'm going to blame it on
Dave.
me.
Vidotron.
No. I think it's just my crappy skills of scrolling. I don't know. I'm trying to give you my parlay. I'll get it there. There you go. Here it is.
Let's see. Let's see what this is.
Oh, shit. I don't know. It's not working.
Bet99.com.
Here. Pyfer, minus 260. Rodriguez, the RoboCop, over Brad Tavares, minus 245. And Zach Pauga over Bogdan Guskov, minus 125. It's a plus 251 parlay. 20 gets you $70.19 over at bet99.com. Use that promo code Ringside when you sign up. Win with Team Dave. 3-fight parlay, Pauga, RoboCop, and the Pyfer Man. The Pied Pyfer. AJ?
All right, man. Sounds good, man. So I'm going to go with Pyfer.
Yep.
I'm going with Poteria. Poteria.
Okay.
I'm going with Rodriguez.
Yeah, RoboCop.
And then I'm going to go with Darius Flowers. And I'm going to end it there. I was going to go with Rodolfo Vieira against Armin Petrosian. Most people don't know who Rodolfo Vieira is, but if it comes to the ground, he's won eight wins by submission in 9 wins. I mean, this guy is going to submit you. One of the best grapplers in in the world of jiu-jitsu, Rodolfo Vieira. But I mean, he's going up against Armin Petrosian. I mean, it's very close. I'm going to stay away from it, Dave. I really want to put it on the grappler. But if he doesn't get an opportunity to take Petrosian down, it's going to be hard. So I'm leaving it like that, man. Flowers.
So there is the Team AJ parlay. Joe Pyfer, minus 260. Gregory Rodriguez, minus 245. Ihor Potiera, plus 140. And another underdog with Darius Flowers over Michael Johnson, plus 115. 20 will get you 201.22 at bet99.com. So that is a nice parlay. And I can see that one coming through, AJ. I don't hate that parlay at all. I think that's not bad. Team AJ.
Yeah,
that's a good payout
listen,
too.
It is, but the only one that I'm worried about is the Darius Flowers, Michael Johnson, man. It's it could be an either or. I'm just giving that slight edge to Flowers,
Flowers a slight underdog there. So there's AJ with Pyfer, Rodriguez, Potiera, and Flowers. And my parlay was Pyfer, Rodriguez, and Pauga. So we're both very confident in Pyfer and Rodriguez coming up this Saturday for the UFC. And finally, AJ, this Sunday is the Super Bowl, the Chiefs and the 49ers. And Usher will be the Super Bowl halftime show performer.
What?
Do you have a favorite Usher song? This was Fred's request. He wanted to know what AJ would say when asked about Usher.
What would he say?
Well, I don't know. What would you say?
Usher.
What's your favorite Usher song?
Am I allowed to check?
No, you can't check. You got to start like
Can I get,
singing one. Sing one for me. Sing one for me.
Bourne when I need him?
You got nothing?
Let me think.
You got nothing.
Wait. I know that song. Yeah, I got nothing. That song. That's a good one.
No, that's not a song. I'm just asking you. You got nothing? You got it bad.
Is that a song? You got it bad?
You got it. You got it bad. You got it. You got it bad. Tremendous. That's a good one.
Okay. That's
Let
the
it
song
burn.
title. Tremendous.
Let it burn. Let it burn. Gotta let it burn.
Syphilis.
What?
Hey,
Herpes.
give me another one.
We're talking about herpes with Usher, right? There was a.
Herpes, Usher.
Apparently, Usher paid off a woman. He's been sued by women for allegedly contracting herpes from Usher without him disclosing that he had the STD.
Come on, Usher, man. Put on some protection over the salami, man. What's the problem? Drake does it.
I don't know if that was I don't know if maybe
Usher.
They're dismissing the lawsuit, I think it was dismissed. I don't know, but there were lawsuits, and I don't know what the real story was behind that, or if he did actually pay someone off. But there was allegedly he had herpes and didn't tell people and gave it to them, and that's not cool. But he's doing the Super Bowl halftime show this weekend, so that'll be fun. And he's got some good songs. And as far as R&B singers, at least he's not R. Kelly, I suppose. What?
Well, yeah, R. Kelly, man.
Yeah, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly. R&B singers do not have good track records. You know?
What are you talking about? Michael Jackson was one of the best at the Super Bowl. What are you talking about?
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about, AJ. But Usher, he's got that song, Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That was a good one with Lil Jon and Ludacris. Usher. What was the other one? Lovers and Friends. Ooh, that was a good one, too. What? That's when Lil Jon was really everywhere. You know Lil Jon? You know who Lil Jon is, AJ?
Wasn't he one of the guys from, Robin Hood?
You don't know who Lil Jon is. You don't know Lil Jon. What?
Give me a hint.
Okay. No? He said, okay. No? Lil Jon. Lil Jon and the East Side Boys? Brum dum dum. No? To the window, to the wall. No?
It's ringing a bell.
Nothing. Lil Jon.
Sounds like the cops on a Saturday night.
Crunk. Come on. AJ, you know Lil Jon. There he is with your boy.
Dude, where?
There he is with your boy. Lil Jon.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I know who he is.
What?
Yeah. Well, now you make sense. Yeah, now it makes sense.
Okay.
I like Lil Jon.
I love Lil Jon. Tremendous. What a producer.
Didn't know that was his name, but I know who he is now.
Legend of hip-hop, Lil Jon. So good.
DJ's on the chat, man. DJ must be freaking out. He's like, this AJ, man. No shit.
I know.
But I do know Big Boy, who put in a nice comment for Ringside. I don't know if DJ knows
No, he
that.
didn't. I saw that comment. You had stolen one of his videos, and he was mad at you. And it wasn't even Big Boy from Outkast. It was Big Boy from Big Boy in the Morning. Different Big Boy. You got confused, too. You didn't even know who he was, and he was mad at you because you did something. I saw that message, AJ. You're saying he got a shout-out. You actually got an angry message. You're fucking ridiculous, man. Stop stealing shit from people.
Now we're friends, man.
No,
we're friends.
No, you're not. You're
Yes,
lying.
we are.
You're lying again.
No,
Usher.
we're friends, man. We're friends.
Anyways. So we've talked about Drake's penis. We've talked about Usher. We've talked about The Rock. I think we've covered it all. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate you. Angelo Contagonis dropping a super chat. You're the super chat leader. And he says, AJ, when am I getting my shirt?
Kansas City. Yeah, I know. Angelo, man. Yeah, I'm wearing it. I'm just like, I'm breaking it in for you. I got the armpits and everything going.
Oh, my God.
The sweat is on. You'll get it. Listen, man, it's going to be worth more money now.
Right now, the Chiefs minus 105. Chiefs are the underdogs, right? Plus 1.5. Plus 105 on the money line to win. 49ers minus 130 to win. So the 49ers are favored, but like the NFL is more fixed than pro wrestling, so the Chiefs are clearly going to win. They win every year. They're the new Patriots. They win every year. The NFL is fake. Wrestling is real, and the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. You can bank
they're
on
on a
it.
roll, Dave.
Go Chiefs.
They're on a roll, man. Give them some credit. It's because they're on a roll and they're hot and they're just peaking at the right time, where the 49ers were really good, losing to shitty teams at times, but at this point right now, they are not peaking. The team is like, they're there. They're in the Super Bowl. They did something right to get there, but they better do a lot right to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
They won't do it.
It's going to be crazy.
They won't do it. I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs winning.
I got the Chiefs too, man.
See, DJ Bourne. See, I'm not the only one who saw Drake's penis. DJ Bourne saw it too. He said, I saw that too. I mean, you couldn't avoid it. It's not like I went looking for it. I saw Drake trending topic on Twitter. I was like, oh, Drake, I like his music. What has he done now? Let's click. You click, you start scrolling, and there's his penis. You're like, what the hell, Drake? Why are you putting that on the internet, dude? And then you go,
he's got his
man, you have a
sausage
huge penis, Drake. What happened? Well, how come? It's just surprising. It's just surprising. And it's like a different shade than the rest of them, too. It's like...
Are you sure it's not a stand-in? That's what
it
I'm
looks
telling you.
like it might not even be his. I don't know. It's weird, but I think it's his. And I applaud him. I applaud him and give him utmost respect. All right. And that's it. That's our show. I'll be back tomorrow with somebody. I don't know. Me, maybe just me. Maybe my brother. Maybe
Hey, listen, man. Why don't people call
Lil
in,
John.
man? There's a number that you can call in. Can you call into the show? What kind of a show is this? Can you call in?
Shut up, AJ. What do you mean, what kind of a show is this? You're on it, you asshole. Fuck. Stop fucking with me.
Call in. Help Dave out tomorrow, man.
Look, I got things going on, AJ. So you're lucky if there's a show next week. You better count your fucking blessings. I got a lot going on.
Put your money on our pick or the Kansas City Chiefs.
I got big things going on, AJ. You have no idea. You have no idea. I'll tell you about it after the show.
Listen, man, I told you there was some Hollywood stars like listening to us.
You don't
today,
even
man.
know.
So, like, hey,
I got other deals going on. I got big deals.
Watching. What?
You don't know, AJ. I got big deals. I'll tell you about it after the show.
Listen, Pablo Escobar, you got to let me know because as soon as the show is done, I'm harassing you.
I've got to sign a contract. I've got a contract I got to sign. So yeah.
Damn it. Is it for like Trojan or something?
I'll tell you. It's not for the show, but I'll tell you it's a personal thing. I'll tell you about it.
Well, Dave, then what's the point, man? You got me all pumped.
Shut up, AJ. All right, thanks, guys. Hey, Angelo's got the 49ers. AJ, are you doing a Super Bowl party on Sunday? AJ, Angelo wants to know.
No, Angelo, I'm gonna call you tomorrow morning.
All right, there you go. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's the Ringside Report Network. I'll be back tomorrow night, 10 p.m. right after SmackDown to see what the hell's going on with The Rock and Roman Reigns and Cody and Seth and WrestleMania. Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word. Please share this episode on whichever social media platform you use. Add a comment below and consider reviewing us on Apple Podcasts. We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our